What is up, everyone? Welcome back. I hope you are doing well. I have missed you. Have you ever had one of those experiences where you stumble upon a band, or in this case, get sent a track from a band? Suddenly that band absolutely blows your mind with a single track, and you immediately go to the start of that record, listen to the entire record, and continue to have your mind utterly blown from track to track, and just continue to love the record even more. Point where you finally get done with the record and you immediately go back to start it again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I had that happen this past week with the band Sarayasign and the recently released record The Lion's Road. Sarayasign hail from different parts of Sweden. They are signed to Frontier Records, and the album The Lion's Road came out on 11 August of 2023. And oh my goodness gracious, googly mooglies and all sorts of adjectives that I could throw out at this point. What a freaking record, ladies and gentlemen. I was sent the track Blood from Stone from my longtime subscriber and dear friend Rob. And says, you have to check this band out. I checked the track out, immediately pulled up Spotify, and started listening to the album in its entirety, starting with the glorious first track, When All the Lights Go Out, which is one of the singles. There's a video for it up on YouTube. Link will be in the description. And I absolutely blown away, hooked from the opening piano and haunting vocal lines. Sarayasign are a cinematic rock band. Call them progressive, call them power metalish, call them 80s AOR inspired in some ways. There's a lot of things you could probably say about the band. Call them freaking amazing, because I certainly will. This is the second part of a concept by drummer, guitar player, Mr. Jesper Lindberg. Sorry for the dramatic pause there. And this record has so much going on with it. But what strikes me from the very beginning is fantastic guitar tones, outstanding melodies, some of the most rich, incredibly beautiful, powerful, moving vocals I have heard in quite some time. The lineup on this record of musicians that I have not heard of and had to look up. Half of these guys, this is their first or second performance. The vocals from Stefan Nyquist, utterly amazing, reminiscent of guys like Jorn Land, mixed in with singers like Richie Kotzen and Steve Perry, and another sprinkling of these beautiful mid-range powerhouse vocalists. He's just incredible. His delivery, his note choices, his rich tones throughout his range, his ability to deliver a lyric with such conviction and charisma makes you believe every single lyric that he's singing. The lyrics throughout the entire record are utterly beautiful. This record has this glorious combination of bright and darkness. The musicianship is utterly stellar across the entire record. Fantastic drum work, groovy, powerful, hitting when it needs to. The bass work is absolutely powerful. Their bass player is a beast, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Leklev, I'm so sorry, I probably butchered the heck out of his name, but this individual, this fantastic player, made me pick up my bass again and start figuring out these bass lines. He glues this record together so well. His tones are rich, a fantastic bass tone on this record. Mixed by Jacob Hansen, so I imagine that he had a hand in all of the fantastic guitar, drum, and bass tones that you hear permeate this record. Daniel is a fantastic bass player. He will play with the guitars. He will play with the drums when he needs to lock in that solid groove and just stay in the pocket. He will accent when he needs to. It's glorious. It's fantastic bass playing. You really hear some great examples of that in track 4, one of my favorite tracks on the record, in the beginning of the end. In that chorus melody, the fantastic verse with these great stop starts and polyrhythms really shows off when he continues the phrase where the guitar player, Peter, who is absolutely fantastic guitar player, but rhythm leads, goes off into a different piece and doesn't stick with that riff. In the chorus, especially when they get into the back half of the chorus and you start getting some of those powerful palm muted chugs, he really stands out. There's some fantastic fills and licks here and there, but throughout the record, the bass is utterly outstanding. The guitar work, oh my goodness, the guitar work. Peter London, who, from everything I can find, this is his first record. What a find of guitar player, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness gracious, what a find of a guitar player. His riffs are fantastic. His lead playing is utterly stellar in so many ways. He has a fantastic vibrato, this great penchant for breaking up arpeggios and fast licks with beautiful single notes and quick, wavy vibrato in his playing, and really accents every track. The tracks would be great without the solo. He is a guitar player that truly elevates each track when he solos. It adds to the mood and the energy and the emotion of each track as he solos. Some of my favorite standout solos on this record being the solo in track 3, A Way Back, when he opens up a couple of quick licks and that beautiful vibrato to come in and out of different phrases. And the whole solos, all of his solos, flow together. It doesn't feel like a guitar player who knows what he's doing and is just stringing licks together or stringing phrases together. These solos are brilliantly composed, and they're hummable, they're singable. The solo in beginning of the end is absolutely magnificent. It's got fast moments, it slows down a little bit, it breathes, it takes you through these different emotions, all the while helping accentuate this track, which is filled with some of the best melodic male vocals I have heard in quite some time. The drumming by the mastermind of it all, drummer Jesper Lindberg, also rhythm guitarist as well, and the man behind these incredible compositions, just makes this record so easy to digest. The songs, these melodies are so strong. I have listened to this record in the car, I've listened to it here at the house, I've listened to it in the gym. Anywhere I've taken this record in the past week, it works for every application. It's so easy to get into. The overwhelming majority of the tracks are upbeat and certainly work well if you're trying to get a few sets in the gym, or if you just want to get out on the road and go, if you're driving back and forth a lot like I do. It is a record that merits repeat listens over and over and over, because there's little nuanced things that have taken me at least 10 straight through listens to pick up track by track as this album evolves and the story gets told. My love grew deeper. The first 4 tracks are some of the strongest 4 tracks that I've ever heard on a record, and I'm not even being hyperbolic. I put it up with albums like Injustice for All, with albums like Number of Beasts, of Master of Puppets, of Dirt by Alice in Chains, of 10 by Pearl Jam, of Core by Stone Temple Pilots, some of my absolute utter favorite records of all time. The first 4 tracks are just as strong, if not stronger. They're that strong, they're that accessible, they're that easy to listen to, with so many glorious, gorgeous moments there to grab onto. But I will say, on top of it, the first 7 tracks are some of the strongest I have heard on the record. Utterly blown away. And that's not to say that tracks 8 and 9 are bad, because tracks 8 and 9 are, again, absolutely stellar tracks on a record full of absolutely stellar tracks. And the closing track, Throne of Gold, Part 2, a heartless melody, 7 minutes and 8 seconds, just feels entirely too short for this gorgeous, moving, epic track to close out this frame of the story, or the ending to this part of the story of Jesper's tale that he continues to weave throughout the project that is Sarayasign. This record, from me, easily gets, as I told my buddy Rob last night, a 9999999. Actually, it's probably this afternoon. A 999999999. I can never give a record a 10 because I don't believe in perfection. But this record is damn near as close as I've heard in quite a while. It is emotional. It is musical. It is powerful. It's melodic, it's heavy at points, it's progressive. It will, if you're a fan of 80s style AOR with modern elements, you're going to get so many things out of this record. It's been getting a lot of fantastic press, and I can completely understand why. Because I'm utterly in love with it. And I hope you guys go out, take a chance on this record, and listen to it too. Because I think that the majority of viewers here on my channel will absolutely love this record. Go on Spotify, check it out, or any other way, YouTube, what have you. Do like I have done, get a hold of them, order some merch to help them out, to fund a future release, get Frontiers to give them an advance to tour. Listen to it on Spotify or other places to help get their view counts and their listen counts up so they can tour on this, because this band is an absolute revelation. I went back and listened to the first record, and it's good. It's a good debut. But The Lion's Road is utterly freaking stellar. It's absolutely amazing. I have honestly listened to this record probably about 25 to 30 times, if not more, in the past week, and that count continues to go up, and it probably will go up at least twice more today. It's full of earworms that I simply cannot stop listening to, nor do I want to, even more so. So gentlemen, all of you guys in the band, Stefan, Peter, Jesper, and Daniel, thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart as a guitar player, a bass player, and a longtime music critic and fan of music, for releasing such an utterly stellar, utterly amazing, utterly listenable slab of melodic hard rock for an audience, because this truly is one of the best hard rock records I've heard in at least the last half decade, if not more. and is up there with some of my favorite records of all time. Truly happy to stumble upon you, gentlemen. Truly happy to do a video about this record for you, and I'm utterly honored to be able to put this up and continue to listen to it, and I will continue to try to spread the news on such a fantastic record. Favorite tracks on the album to close things out? If I had to pick an absolute favorite, it's probably Beginning of the End. But truly, my favorites change every time I'm listening to the record. When I'm listening to When All Lights Go Out, it's All Lights Go Out. When I'm listening to Blood from Stone, it's Blood from Stone. When I'm listening to A Way Back, it's Way Back. When I'm listening to the beginning of the end, it's the beginning of the end. When I'm listening to that fantastic duet with a glorious, gorgeous female voice at track 5, Will You Find Me? I certainly hope I will, because that track is fantastic. When I'm listening to the fast 80s inspired Ever Dying Light, or Ever Dying Night, it's Ever Dying Night. When I'm listening to The Lion's Road, it's The Lion's Road, so on and so forth, through Love Will Burn, Hope and Sorrow, and Throne of Gold. The record truly is that absolutely wonderful. If you've been a long time subscribed to the channel, you know I don't blow smoke or sunshine, and I'm certainly not at this point. It is truly that good. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're happy to get a video again. Sarayasign, once again, gentlemen, thank you so much for putting out this art. Jacob Hansen, thank you so much for once again providing a fantastic mix to a record that gives it the life that it truly deserves. And as always, I want to thank my law enforcement, military, veterans, first responders for what you, ladies and gentlemen, do every single day around the world for everyone out there. As always, guys and gals, you have been awesome. I have been Bald Man. Be excellent to each other, and I'll see you in the next one. I love you guys.